JohnTheHutDweller, my main man. What's up? You sent me a video response to my Christian challenge video because you do not believe it applies to your denomination. I responded to you in PMs, but you misunderstood some of the things I said in them, so I want to clear those up first. I no longer have those PMs, so I'll be doing this from memory. I told you, before I post your video, I'd like to ask you some questions. You took this to mean I would post the video after you answered those questions. That's not what I meant. I'm sorry that the way I worded it caused confusion. I was talking a lot more questions than those, but the answers you did give me left me with the impression my stance was confirmed. The biggest miscommunication we had was on what I believe a Christian is. I told you I had heard of Eastern Orthodoxy, but didn't know what you believe. So you told me don't target Eastern Orthodoxy if you don't know what it is. I responded with, I wasn't targeting Eastern Orthodoxy. I was talking about Christians. You took this to mean I was saying Eastern Orthodox is not Christian. What I meant is I wasn't targeting only Eastern Orthodox. I was targeting Christians. If you call yourself a Christian, I'm talking to you. After that is when you posted a video saying I believed only whites from the West were Christians, said I was practicing white racism. I'm not an atheist because I'm black, by the logic of Beelzebub, because most blacks you've met were extremely religious. You said I watched a video of yours on abortion and thought, see, you Eastern Orthodox have no morals. No, I don't believe abortion is immoral. I never talk about abortion. I'm not a woman, so I wouldn't even presume. If a vote came up on abortion, I'd be right there voting for a woman's right to have one. But that's as far as my speaking on abortion goes. You called me a boy, not a man, because I was avoiding you. I wasn't ignoring or avoiding you. I started to make a response video to you. Here it is. Since it was just going to be me explaining our misunderstandings, it isn't a video directed exclusively to you. I've made videos in the past responding to comments I get using animation. This time I was going to draw a fantasy character while commenting on comments. The amount of time it took me to draw the character was going to make this a 3-part response. I planned on posting them all the same day. My responses to the Christian Challenge video are going to be in the second one. Talk Radio UK in the third. I thought I'd have them finished in a week or two, but those turned into, I don't know when I started the thing now. Somewhere around your second video to me, I think. Meanwhile, you continued to post videos, and I kept thinking, I don't have to respond, I'll be finished soon. Well, it's been this long, and I'm nowhere near finished on this first one. Then I went to your channel to see what was new, and what did I see? Zragrisha and Pandera's Box, I believe they're pronounced, talking shit about me. And you telling people you spanked that boy's ass. That was it. I had to respond. After I replied to them, I told you of the video I've been working on and that I'm going to love destroying you. This wasn't true. It was just me explaining our misunderstandings. That's why I PM'd you later that same day and confessed that it's actually a polite video. I'm not gonna rip a guy a new one over a mistake. You also commented on me wearing the hat and covering my face, that you like to look a guy in the eyes when you talk to them. The hat. I get so many comments on the hat. He doesn't even show his face. What's he afraid of, etc., etc. The hat. Here's the story. I was making a video with my lovely face showing when I stepped out to run to the store. I threw on a hat, left, came back, restarted the video, and watched it. When I came up with the hat on, I thought, hey, I like that. So I threw some effects on it to accentuate the shadows, and voila, my persona was born. So you have my addiction to Doritos to blame for the hat. You also commented on my name, Beelzebub. Said some people were saying I was trying to say Beelzebub. I guess I'll explain the name too. If you notice the date I started my channel and the date I placed my first video, you should notice they had nothing to do with each other. I was new to YouTube, searching around and watching videos. Then I came upon a guy by the name of The Amazing Atheist. He blew me the fuck away. I was like, holy shit, I'm not the only one that thinks like this. I started searching out more atheists, came across the Mudbrooker, Antediluvian, etc. And after watching gangs of videos, got up the nerve to post my first video. So you ask, what's the significance of the name then? There was an actor back in the day, this guy. If you don't know who he is, he was in what remained classic, Bad Santa and Tomb Raider. I was a fan, so I named my channel after him. He goes by the name of Billy Bob Thornton. Well, Billy Bob in all the incarnations I tried was taken. So after reaching Billy Bob in all lowercase letters, I got tired of trying. I randomly clicked in the name, randomly clicked the letter, happened to be Z, and Billy Bob was born. I know, you're Christian. You're probably thinking, wow, all things happen for a reason. Be that as it may. So, because it looks like it will be months now before I get those comment response videos done, I decided to make this standalone video for you before you hunt me down and wring my neck. I was going to end this here, but I thought if he watches this, he'll consider it a waste of his frickin' time. So, I came up with this for you. First, what did your God give you morality for? What is the price you pay for breaking one of its moral laws? Let me explain what I mean by this. I watched the video you directed me to with the bishop explaining morality. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the morality he's talking about is of no consequence to the world. It can't keep the world safe. It's a morality of the individual. If you follow the moral laws of your God, you'll be a good person. And if everyone does that, the world would be a good place. It's like a parent telling their child to be good. You don't need a God to tell you to be good. People were being good for thousands of years before the Jews started to write their religious texts. And if the child decides not to be good and writes on the wall with a marker, she will get a timeout. And if everyone in the world decided not to be good, the world would simply be not the good world we live in. Your God would think to itself when it woke up that morning, everyone's immoral now, cool. Bear in mind, my challenge video refers to the Christian insinuating God exists by virtue of his morality that comes from God. That if he didn't believe God exists, that he would not be moral. So I asked Gambalor this question. In secular law, if you break one of our moral laws, there is punishment. I told him we don't throw criminals in jail and start torturing them, so please get hell and torture out of your mind. I'm paraphrasing us both now. What does your God do if morality is of any value to humanity if you disobey one of its laws? He answered me with, paraphrasing him now, one of the criminals crucified with Jesus was getting his just deserts for his crimes, that God does not have to personally punish. His answer basically meant that God has left the punishment of criminals up to man. This would be garbage, because most crimes go unsolved. In this case, you aren't living by God's moral codes, you are living by man's secular morality. This would also mean that this is a contradiction, because there is punishment meted out from your God for performing an immoral act. It embeds its punishment into us to carry it out for it. But it would be an idiot God, because not everyone gets punished. Why would your God show favoritism to certain criminals for breaking its laws?